we're on. Let me share it from my
Live at 5. Welcome. Good evening. Happy Sunday to all our viewers.
Hold on.
We have the lovely Mandy McGowan here.
Hello.
How are you, Mandy?
I'm good, Mike. How are you?
Jessica, what are you doing over there?
I'm trying to share our video.
Okay.
Why does it say 6 minutes ago? Oh my goodness.
You went live 6 minutes ago?
No, I did not.
That's the lovely Mandy McGowan.
No, there we go. How do I share it though?
Jessica, what are you doing?
Okay, hold on. Sharing. I want to write a post. Okay.
Oh, we have a viewer. Is that you?
I don't know, probably.
I think you're the only viewer.
I'm the only viewer. Oh, hi
Kim!
Hi,
Kim!
Kim.
Our guest from last week.
Unbelievable guest. Amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
People loved that.
That was a good show.
It was really
a good show.
All right.
I enjoyed it too, interviewing Kim.
And it was so cool too to find out, like, I didn't realize
Why
that
she got
the
involved.
grandparent aspect.
Yeah.
Like, I only thought that it was because she was someone in recovery.
Yeah.
Which the grandparent aspect is, I think, huge.
That was super cool.
Said 7 when I logged on, 7 viewers. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So we have Mandy here, and she's someone that, you know.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
There she is. Now we'll get a lot of comments. So we
Fantastic.
we have Mandy here, which she's someone that's a real inspiration to me and to
All of us, yeah.
all of us. Like with your story,
Yeah.
like when I met you, and then it was after I met you that I found out like who you were, kind of. You know what I mean? And it was just like I feel so blessed to know you.
Right.
Everything you've been through, because I don't think I would have had the same route.
And I met Mandy when you were in treatment still,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So
Banyan alumni.
Banyan alumni, yeah.
So if you want to share a little bit of your story, or if we want to say, you know, what happened 4 years ago, or if that, or what prompted you to, you know, help join us and help people.
What happened 4 years ago?
Whatever you want. It's if that helped you, prompt you to want to join us, or how did you get a part of Greater Waltham?
Julie asked me at a candid vigil, and so I came, and I'm glad I did.
Yes.
It's like a family. We do have a great team.
We do.
Yeah.
We do have a really good team.
The best team.
Yeah, we do.
Mike is like, and that's another thing too, people, that if you need help, please just reach out to us. Like Mike has been someone that's been instrumental in, you know, someone needs a detox or whatever. He knows like everything, what detoxes take, what insurance, and we can get you in. There's no shame in reaching out to us either, and it's completely free, and we can help.
And we love doing it.
Yeah.
We love helping people out. This is what keeps us in recovery, gives us purpose, you know, so please don't hesitate. If you're struggling, you just need someone to talk to as well. We do that.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. And it's all levels of care too. So if you need detox, or if you need a CSS, or if you need, you know, outpatient, if you need sober living, if you need medication assisted treatment, whatever, or like what Mike said, just someone to talk to, and kind of guide you through whatever the path may be, all different pathways.
Yeah.
Right. So what was kind of your story, if you want to, like, what brought you to want to help people?
Well, I'm in recovery.
Yeah.
And my story started with Oxycontin. And I got addicted to it. I had neck surgery, and I was on them for 11 years. And then I overdosed and came to Banyan. Best thing that ever happened to me. I lost my children. And
Yeah. And you did it all in the public eye.
Yeah, I did.
You know, which is something that I couldn't imagine going through. You know, being in the public eye, people watching, and the comments and the this and that, and you did it all, and that's what pushed you to get sober.
Yeah.
Right. And like we were talking about this on the way here, I don't know if I would have had the same strength you had, because if I overdosed in public like that, where people were watching my video with my child, I probably would have said screw this and kept using. So I really admire that you took that as an opportunity to turn your life around. I did. It's the truth. You know, it's the truth. Because I
almost gave up, because then after that, I lost my daughter's father, and then my stepson to overdoses.
Yeah.
So I kind of had no choice but to stay sober.
Because you've been on the other side of it. You know, it hasn't just been just being yourself as someone who suffers from addiction, but you've lost people to addiction too.
Julie said, I met Mandy when she was helping people on the mile.
Yep.
Miracle Mile.
Miracle Mile.
Yeah.
Miracle Mile.
So tell us about that. So how did you get involved with that? You
How-
just wanted to start giving back once you got sober? Like you
Well,
felt like it was the right thing to do, right?
I was at a halfway house,
Yeah.
and everybody just sat around all day. They weren't doing anything with themselves, and people were using. So I met Keonta, who works at the commission at a holding, and she asked me to come down, and I started volunteering 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, just to get me out of the house every day. And I just continued to keep doing it, and I learned a lot, and I met a lot of people down there, got close with them, lost a lot of people down there, but it made me feel good.
Right,
Because,
right.
you know,
And you would go down there and just try to help people. And you would pick up needles.
Yeah.
You know, that's the picture I think that we shared was one of those of you down there help, like you're not afraid to get your hands dirty.
Right.
To literally go down to a place that a lot of people, let's be honest, they'll avoid.
Right, yeah.
They'll avoid
Yeah.
it because they don't want to see people shooting up right there. But these people are they don't want to be in that situation.
Right.
We never wanted to be in that
even
situation.
just to give them a hug and
Right.
just to let them know that you're thinking about them, it makes their day.
Yeah.
Think about how little interaction they have with like
Exactly.
anyone who's not in that
Yep.
arena.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyone who's not
community.
living that lifestyle.
Right.
So to it probably changes their whole view on things or their view for the day just to like meet with one person who's like, you know, in recovery and like doing the right thing, and like for them to like just experience a hug from that person must give them a tremendous
Yeah.
amount of hope.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Even though if they don't like if they're not urgent to get clean at that point, it's still like plants a seed. I think,
Exactly.
you
Right.
know?
Like that flower, like
Yeah.
that in that, oh wow, this person, oh, they were so kind to me. Maybe because it's all about our self-worth, right?
Right.
Like our self-worth, like we think that we are losers, that we don't fit in, and it's all those uncomfortable feelings.
Right.
And to have someone, oh, maybe I'm not this gross person.
Right.
That someone's
Yeah.
giving me a hug. They want to help me. They
Right.
want to have a conversation with me instead of people that look the other way or like,
Or avoid them. I'm sure there's
Avoid.
sometimes like people who don't know like an addict's lifestyle, they
right.
probably, you know, they see them walking down the street and they like go the other
Oh,
way because
yeah.
they're afraid that they're gonna like maybe attempt to rob them or something. People don't realize like, you know, these are just people that are treating their pain.
And they're
You know,
sick.
they're treating their pain.
Yeah.
They're sick. They're treating their illness. You know, they're not out to like get you or rob you at every moment of the day. You know.
That's never our intention when
Yeah.
we're using. We're not thinking clearly because our addiction is being, you know, being run
Yeah.
by the show. Hi, Auntie. Hi, Carrie Ann.
Hi, Carrie Ann.
Hi, Debbie.
And not just that, but even on the mile, like just the bystanders with their phone and they're filming.
Yes.
us.
Film, and I hate
So
that.
I
That's
know
the
what that
worst.
feels
You
like.
know what that
It
feels
breaks
like.
my heart.
Right.
That's the
So,
worst. Yeah.
Yeah, it is because they're humans with feelings and they're at their rock bottom, and it's like people just take out their phones
And
Well, someone's literally on the verge of death,
Yeah.
and then they're opting to film them rather
Yeah.
than like call like a first responder or do
Right,
something of that
exactly.
nature, which is like it blows my mind. Like how what makes you even think
Yeah.
about recording?
it's like,
Like, what prompts that
like
thought?
with your video, that's something that infuriated me watching.
Yeah,
Because they're sitting there just on their phone talking while your daughter
Mhm.
is sitting there trying to wake you up. And my
Right.
son, when he was younger, tried to wake me up. And that's something that I blocked out, but he remembers.
Yeah.
right.
And just for someone to, instead of go help the
Go help the kid.
Go
baby
help the-
too. Yeah.
the baby, make
Someone
sure she's
grab
okay.
the baby as well. Yeah.
And so you can offer that because a lot of these people down in the mile, like they've been in your shoes,
Yeah.
been been footage
Yeah.
for someone. Oh, let me post that on
Yeah.
Facebook.
For
or let me-
likes and
for
shit.
likes.
Like what the fuck?
like on someone else's pain. No swearing.
Julie's gonna kill
No
me.
swearing.
Sorry, I'm passionate.
Carrie Ann, Mandy McGowan is the power of example. Absolutely. That she can recover no matter what the trials or tribulations. Carrie Ann, absolutely.
right.
Carrie Ann's another huge,
You,
She's a huge part of my journey.
she was, right?
Yeah.
There's that picture of her literally
Yeah.
shielding you
Yeah.
from
from the
from the paparazzi.
She brought me to see my daughter for the first time after that overdose, and I'll never forget that. She looked me in the eye, she held me, and she's like, "You will never give up." Like she never gave up on me.
Yeah. And now you're doing that for
Now
people.
you're doing that for
Because
people.
Carrie
Wow.
Ann did that for you.
Exactly.
See how it works?
That's how it works.
You know, like
That's
it's,
how you stay in it. That's how you stay in recovery. Yeah.
It is.
Gives you that, you live life with intent, purpose. Yeah. It's amazing.
and for you to be walking around down the mile and, you know, that's what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? I still go down there. I still go down there. Thank you, Mandy. All you do, Sienna Crawford. Go to your room, Michael.
Sorry. Who said that, Julie?
I don't know. Greater Waltham Recovery Solution said that. I
Oh,
don't know
Julie.
who it was. But then Julie said, Mike,
Sorry.
you getting yelled at for swearing and not
I'm
me.
gonna
It's a
swear.
good
Yeah,
day.
I'm gonna swear.
It's a good day. I know it's
It's a
hard not to.
frustrating disease.
It is, right.
Yeah, you expect me not to swear?
Well, so, so I can't. Sorry, we're getting a little distracted.
You gotta laugh.
We might have.
All right. So what's next? What are we asking Mandy now?
So we kind of talked a little bit about like trauma.
Trauma.
We
yeah.
thought that could be something that we could talk about. You
Yeah.
know, how trauma really is a force in addiction.
Absolutely.
You
I
know,
think
what
it's
you-
one of the main causes
Yeah.
of addiction. You know,
Yep. Especially childhood trauma.
you're
you know.
treating that unresolved trauma. You know, because your
Absolutely.
brain keeps on processing it. It has nowhere to go unless you put it out there and you clear your mind of it. So,
Absolutely.
do you feel like that's a big part of why you use? Because people like to think like, oh, weed is a gateway drug or alcohol is a gateway drug. My thought is like, trauma is the gateway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Trauma,
what we
absolutely.
experience in our childhoods or our false belief
Absolutely.
systems,
Yeah.
any type of shame that we might feel
Yeah.
growing up
Yeah.
or in early
Unloved.
developmental stages.
Yeah.
Not loved, not lovable. I think that's really the catalyst for the disease of
I
addiction.
completely
I don't
agree.
think it's any one substance.
No,
right?
no, I don't think it's one substance.
Right.
I think it all has to do with, I actually talked to my aunt about this a little bit to try to, because we were at the cemetery yesterday and trying at my friend Mike's grave. She's like, well, why did he keep doing it? And I kind of had the conversation where, well, you have anxiety, you have depression,
Right.
right? You're numbing those feelings,
Yeah.
right?
It's
You
a
don't want
product
to
of that.
feel those feelings. And if you have trauma, of course you're going to have anxiety and depression
Right.
because you don't want to keep thinking about what you've been through, what you've gone through. And you think that that's something that definitely pushed you in that to numb it.
Absolutely. Because I always thought of all the trauma since I was 5, the sexual abuse, the rapes, the men that you used to beat the crap out of me and stuff like that. And once, the alcohol and the coke and stuff like that, that didn't really take away the pain. But once I started the oxys, it
Right.
was like I couldn't stop taking it.
The euphoria of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was completely numbing me and I felt good. And
Yeah,
that's just,
exactly.
it took away all my pain.
That was
Yeah.
finally the relief you sought
Exactly.
through all the other drugs you tried prior to that. Finally,
Exactly.
boom, the oxy. The same for me.
Yeah.
Once the oxy,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
once the oxys hit the market,
Yeah.
and
It
I
was
tried
done.
that, it's a
Yeah.
different experience.
Absolutely.
It was different than drinking or doing coke. It was
Yeah.
this euphoric,
Yeah.
I finally feel okay.
Yeah.
You
I
you
can
finally,
clean my house,
Oh,
I
you
can
can
take
clean your
care of my
house,
kids,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
have no trauma.
Yeah.
I had
Right.
no worries in the world.
yeah, because you're as happy, you're happy.
Yeah.
And it's, let's see, Jess knows I'm one person, this is my sister-in-law, who takes photos and videos of everything. I will admit, and when seeing it years ago, I was horrified that it was being recorded while she's laying there lifeless and daughter, helpless, sick, but only glad you got you where you are today. So that's for my sister-in-law.
And I will speak on that. If it wasn't for the video being so public, I don't think I would have had the opportunity and the love and support that I came here.
Right.
Like it was a
And
blessing in
I knew
disguise.
nothing about treatment at all. I probably wouldn't even went to treatment if it wasn't so public. And so
Like you didn't know what a detox was.
I didn't
or
know
anything
what
like
I
that.
didn't go to
Same-
detox. That's the
same.
thing. I came straight here. I
Yeah.
had a detox here,
Wow.
but it was like it had its ups and downs.
It opened
But
opportunities.
It was the best thing that ever happened to me because I could have been home with my daughter and I would have
Right.
been dead.
Right,
So, and somebody could have taken her. So many things could have happened.
right.
So it is a blessing, I should say.
And just to clarify too, a lot of people are misconstrued that someone can only overdose by IV injection.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's
not
not
true.
what
No.
happened.
No, not
Right.
true at
But
all.
people have that.
Yeah.
Even I had that because I was never
Right.
an IV user.
Right.
I always thought,
Yeah.
if I'm sniffing it.
That's what everybody
Well,
thought.
sometimes it's just a mixture. Even
Right.
if it's not fentanyl, it's just you combine the wrong two drugs.
I
and
took
you can go-
Suboxone that morning
Yep.
and then I sniffed a line of fentanyl and that's how I overdosed.
Yeah.
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 See, that's crazy. So you took Suboxone that morning.
Yeah.
And then snipped the fentanyl.
Wow.
Yeah. And people need to know that too.
Yeah.
Because I was always under the impression, she must have shot it. She
Yeah.
must have this. Like that would never happen.
They found straws in my pocket.
that would be like,
Yeah.
that would, if I was using it and that happened, that would have found straws too.
Right.
But people think that and that's a reservation people have. Like, I
don't shoot it.
I don't shoot it.
Yeah, I'm not an
I'm not that
heroin.
bad.
Yeah,
I'm not really a
true.
heroin addict. I
That's
just
what
sniff
I
it.
said. I was not an addict because I didn't shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the
like, stuck
same
in my
way.
head.
Same way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because that's that reservation.
Well,
that,
the disease is going to trick you into any
Yep.
ways and means that's
Yeah.
going to keep you
Right.
out there. You know what I mean? It doesn't want you to to feel that unmanageability yet,
Yeah.
because you're satisfying whatever internal thing you're treating. You're satisfying that with the drug, so it doesn't want you to stop.
Exactly.
It's going to tell you.
Right.
Your brain's going to.
I'm not as bad as that
I'm not as bad
person.
as that person.
If
but-
I was that bad, then I'd get help.
Yeah.
But it's look what can happen.
Right.
You know, like people are so misinformed about that. Like especially now, the fentanyl is so strong that people don't realize that can take you out.
Yeah.
You know, that can absolutely take you out.
Yeah, people sniff what they think are perk 30s that are really pressed with fentanyl,
Yes.
and they're dying because they think,
Yep.
you know, I'm not as bad because I'm still doing this pharmaceutical
Yeah.
drug, and you know, the truth of the matter is you're doing fentanyl.
And isn't
You
it
know,
in Xanax and stuff too now?
Xanax, yeah, whatever they can press,
Coke.
whatever they can press the pill,
Yeah.
a pill with, yeah,
They're gonna put it in there
absolutely.
because that's the market.
Mhm.
You know that's being sold right now. Let's see. Hi guys. Hi Dina. Hi Tammy Lee.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Hi guys.
Hi Kathy.
Hi guys.
So again, we have Mandy joining us. Very excited.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions for Mandy, myself, or Jessica,
Hit it up.
hit it up.
Any questions, guys? Oh, also, so just to remind everyone, our fundraiser is Sunday, September 13th. And it will be in the Waltham Commons. We're going to be looking for vendors, resource tables, people to donate, which we'll have more information about that shortly, probably at the next Facebook Live, or we'll post it on our event that we're going to be starting to look for donations, because we got to remember our key goal is here to scholarship people into sober living. And then the other component, which eventually is going to be like help for veterans. So those are the two things that we're going to try to raise money for.
Nice.
To just, because I've been asked a couple times this week, like about sober living and how do you pay for it and stuff like that. So to be able to, we're going to be asking people if you can, you know, scholarship someone for a week, it's this month. A month is around like, I think 1,200. And just getting those feelers out there for when we do need those donations. But it's going to be a really cool event. We had a subcommittee last week.
Are we going to have more of those, though?
The subcommittee
I'm
meetings,
sure,
yeah, we
until
are.
the event.
Yeah. So we're going to want volunteers
Just
to come.
that'll help us figure out all the logistical aspects of
Right.
the event. And we also want to thank our first sponsor so far, Sunrise Detox in Millbury, Mass.
Thank you, Sunrise, which is beautiful.
They are the first
Yeah.
of many treatment centers or facilities that have helped sponsor the event so far.
Yeah.
So we're also looking for more sponsorship if possible. Any organization out there that's willing to donate and be a sponsor, we'd be more than grateful
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
give you some advertisement and, you know, just be a partner with you guys.
Yeah. And then come to the event. The events, we're going to have the bouncy house. We're going to have cornhole.
Cornhole,
We're
woo!
going to have a pony.
Gonna have a tournament.
I don't know about a pony.
Julie wants a pony.
Julie wants a pony.
What about a mechanical bull?
I know.
A mechanical bull. We'll have face painters. What else? MC Mikey Legs, that was deemed your nickname at the meeting on Thursday.
MC Mikey Legs.
Because someone, a volunteer, wrote down MC Mikey Legs.
He's like, is that really his name? I'm like, yeah.
It's really
They're like MC Mikey Legs. Okay, any questions? Thank you, Rob and Sunrise. Working on the pony. Do you guys have any questions for us about me and Dee? This can be about anything, you know, the trauma.
Yeah.
You know, we all have our own, you know, baggage and whatnot, but the trauma can really be a factor. And then, you know, trauma when you've been sober too. We talked about that as well.
Or what are some ways you've been coping with your trauma lately? You know, because I think we had a little bit of conversation about it. Like you said, you know, you use therapy right now, right?
I go to therapy.
That's a big part of your recovery, right?
I go to church.
Yeah.
I speak to everybody about it. I'm pretty open.
Good.
But yeah, therapy is like the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Every single week.
I think therapy.
And you've had a good experience with that, with, you know, being able to process the trauma.
Absolutely.
Good.
And work through it with someone.
With a professional.
With a
Yeah,
professional.
with a professional.
I can't say enough good things. Oh, the Dove release. Right. We're going to try to work on a Dove release for those who have lost to the disease of addiction.
I love that. That's such a good idea. Julie was telling me about that.
To release it so you can purchase a Dove.
That's so cool.
And then have it released.
I still don't understand
I don't really understand either. Someone said eagles will eat the doves.
Really, that would be traumatic.
How do they find that?
They know where they go.
I
Just
don't
like a human can get
This
home.
is a bird.
Birds are smarter than you think.
Okay.
Birds,
This is
like I swear to
You
God,
guys have been great.
I swear to God, my friend Mike is a blue jay and follows me around. Like birds are smart.
Okay.
Birds are very
They're
smart.
smart. They're like, I had parakeets. One I shut my door by accident though and killed them, but we won't talk about trauma. Talking about trauma. My mom was downstairs doing laundry. I'm like, oh, you want to go out the door? Like he was on a poster, and I'm like, oh, you can't. Oh, you can't. And all of a sudden, like, and the eyes popped out. I was like 5, 6 years old.
Let's reel it back in, Jessica.
That was traumatic.
That is dramatic.
I don't know if we're more me or the
Let's hope this
parakeets.
doesn't happen to any of the doves on that Sunday.
Don't play with them to pretend them to go out the door and then they get smushed.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you said like nothing's, you're an open book, you know, you're someone that's not afraid to talk about what you've been through. And I think that's a huge component in giving back,
Yes.
you know, what you've gone through to where you are now.
Absolutely.
You know, that you go to church, that you go to therapy, that you do
Yeah.
all these 5Ks, that you're helping out with Greater Waltham any way you can, what you've done for your brother,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, so you've been on the other side of it,
Yeah.
right? So you've been, if you want to, what have you
Yeah,
talked
because
about
you've
it.
also been a family member that's
Right.
been affected by a
Yeah,
loved
exactly.
one using. So that's the other side of the coin.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard when it's that personal.
Yeah,
It really is.
and you have to like learn your boundaries that like we
Right.
can't do everything for someone who doesn't want it.
Right.
And he's the like one person that can get my blood like way up here.
Of course.
Yeah, and I can't even imagine you mad. Like you're always like
He's the only one. See, I wasn't like that 3.5 years ago. I was psychotic 3.5 years ago. I was like all over the place.
yeah.
And then I think hitting my head when I overdosed, like just, I don't know, I got very calm and just,
Really?
Yeah.
You think it's from hitting your head?
I don't know what happened. But
You
I think I need to
because I
hit
don't-
my head
because it
to
takes a
calm down a little
lot.
bit.
Because it takes a lot to get me upset.
Yeah,
lot.
sometimes there are physiological changes that happen, like through like a head injury or something like
Yeah,
that.
like even going to
Like,
court, like
yeah.
I just had all those court dates, the cameras in
Well,
my
it's
face.
just-
I
It could
just-
be
I
a
stayed
spiritual
calm.
awakening
I
too.
didn't cry.
Hi, Peter. What is Celebrate Recovery?
Celebrate Recovery
Carrie Ann wants to know.
is faith-based recovery.
Nice.
So I do that once a week at my church.
I love
and yeah, it's,
So
I'm open-minded
maybe
to it.
that's where the calmness is coming.
I know.
no, it
right.
was before that.
It was even before that, all right.
Was it after you went to Banyan?
It was when I got to Banyan. Like from the day they took my daughter from me, it was like complete, like it was shock. But like since that day, like I just been calm. It takes a lot to like push.
Do you think it was like the relief of like finally like
I think it was, I wasn't getting high no more.
Right.
I was
Right.
away from the chaotic environment. I was away from my ex. I was away from all the trauma.
Surrender.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
surrender.
that surrender? That's
Yeah.
that's what I was.
So you surrender to the
Yeah.
process.
Like
that
I'm
this is
free
what it
now.
is.
Like I'm able to smile and be happy and just go with
Go with the flow.
yeah.
And that's been since you've gotten sober. Right?
Yeah.
And even when I get angry, it doesn't last long. Like it's like 2-3 minutes.
It's like a little poop and then
Yeah.
fizzles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
I need that.
Right, yeah.
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 'Cause when
Right?
I'm angry, it takes me a lot to get angry. When I'm angry,
Yeah.
it lasts.
I know. I can't really imagine you being angry either.
Oh, I get angry. Yeah, I get real angry.
like
But
you're very like.
I like to
fun.
be. Yeah, that's why I like to be in that state. But it happens.
But you work.
Yeah. I work on it. Yeah.
You know, like you could like you go to church. You,
Yeah.
you go to. What else do you do for your recovery?
I go to church. I go to therapy. I do the 5Ks.
You volunteer.
You volunteer.
You do a lot.
Yeah.
You give back.
I do
You
what-
help
I
people.
do whatever I can.
It seems like whatever you're able to do, you do.
Yeah, I see you at all like the events, like Recovery Cafe,
Yeah.
grand opening.
And you didn't have to be
You
there.
didn't have to be there.
Like,
Like that's just.
We work in the.
We
You know,
work in
you
the
didn't
field,
have
yeah.
to be there, but yet you wanted to be a part of it.
It's huge.
I think that's incredible.
You're connecting with other individuals, which is huge. You know, that's like being vulnerable, being out there, like getting to know people. Like that's essential to like staying in the process.
That's what keeps me sober.
She said, when she hit her head, she said, LOL.
She was-
Mandy shows
She was
serenity.
making jokes from wherever she is.
Yeah, exactly. So Debbie said, Mandy shows serenity and loves to eat. You do love
You
to
do
eat.
love to eat.
And you're on me. It's so funny. I had a tangerine?
Mm.
Like someone
I
left
got
a
excited.
tangerine.
She's like, don't.
I have a tangerine in my car and it was not mine. And I was like, Mandy, don't get misconstrued. That tangerine is not mine.
I do.
Because you eat really well.
I love food. Yeah,
But you don't eat sweets, which I
No.
think is insane.
I don't.
Because that's all I eat.
Yeah, no junk food. No, none at all.
Just like clean eating.
I wouldn't say clean, just not junk food.
But you'll eat a rack of ribs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
not so bad. Yeah.
I've always been
The
like
sugar.
that.
The sugar's the killer.
Sugar,
Sugar's
honestly,
the killer.
sugar makes you tired.
Yeah, it makes
You're
you.
drained.
Yeah.
You're gonna have weight that you don't want in places that you don't want, and you sleep. Like it just gives you this nasty energy. I'm telling you.
She knows. The girl knows what she's talking
100%
about.
Correct.
She does.
She doesn't.
I just disagree with my lifestyle.
Well,
I'm saying that's great. I just can't do it yet.
You cut
Maybe
down a
one
little
day.
bit of sugar, and you'll feel a difference.
You'll feel a difference.
You
Yeah.
will. You'll have more energy, like natural energy.
You know what my favorite things lately been? The
What?
Toll House cookie dough. You just put them on the pan, stick them in the oven.
She bakes every night.
Every night I bake.
Cookies.
It depends. Brownies.
Like a dessert
Every night. Every
Every
single
night.
night. Ever since I got clean.
That's commitment, though. You're committed. I can dig that.
Yeah, she shows up.
Yeah.
Exactly. You show up.
Yes.
Right. And I just think, like, especially, you know, for anyone else who's joined us, you know, the story that you've been through, overdosing on the news and coming through it, like, and now you're showing up, you're not hiding, because that's what our disease wants us to do for so long, is hide.
Alienate ourselves.
Isolate. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
Like, I went to.
I was like that for when I was here. I didn't make eye contact. I kept my head down. I still have a hard time making eye contact with people, but it's getting better.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
But you're not afraid to share what you've been through.
No.
You know, you're an open book. Like on the way here, she was so nervous, and I was like, "Well, is there anything we can't talk about?" She's like, "No, I don't care." Whereas
Really?
I would,
Yeah.
And she's like, "I don't
Well, I'm
talk about
glad I know
anything."
that now, because
I
I,
know.
was like hesitant to
Oh.
like ask questions. I
Sorry,
was like, I
Mike.
don't want to ask like, you know,
Oh.
something too deep.
Tanya goes every night. It used to be Chips Ahoy brownies. Now it's cookies. Yeah, thanks, Tanya. But yeah, she said anything
Yeah.
she's willing to share because it could help someone else.
Yeah.
You know, that you've been through severe trauma.
Mhm.
You know, and then I think being overdosed and filmed is severe trauma.
That's
Yes.
traumatic.
And that
for
you
sure.
would even be willing to come on something like this, that you're doing another news story about your recovery and how your life has turned around,
Right.
instead of hiding in the shadows, because what you're doing alone is helping fight the stigma.
Huge.
I think it's
Because I see those articles and I'm like, damn, Mandy must be like feeling some type of way about that, because like me, I don't do well with like criticism or
Right,
scrutiny.
right,
Like,
yeah,
I like
exactly.
I'm like a bug about it. I'll
Yeah.
like have to like message people back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
for you
no
to,
one
like,
say anything nasty about Mike.
No, you can't. You
he'll-
can't. I
Hi
mean,
Tommy, hi honey. I
But-
can't believe you're watching. Thank you.
but like for you to experience that, even like going through like even that like that picture of you like trying to make your way to the courthouse.
Yep, and
Like,
Carrie Ann
how
blocking
did-
your face.
How did you feel in the moment? Like you must have been like livid. Like
The only thing I remember hearing is, "Where's your daughter? Do you think you're a good mother?
yeah.
And did you plan on doing fentanyl that day with the microphone?" I can still taste the microphone.
But that's where the trauma is. You
If
can remember the words. Like
I
the-
felt like the worst mother, and I was labeled the worst mother.
And you had people saying not nasty things.
Nasty. Oh my God. Turtle Boy Sports wrote I can't even get into it. It's so bad. But now I look at it and it's like, that wasn't who I was.
Right,
And all the
right.
nasty things, I was a good mother. I was always there for my children. I did everything with my children.
right.
And just, I made a mistake.
You had an
And
illness.
You had a
I was in-
disease
yeah, I
that was
in
running the
active-
show.
Exactly.
Like your choice wouldn't have been, I want to, and that's the thing when we get high, like we don't get high thinking, oh, I want to die,
Yeah.
right? Like my
Right.
friend Mike, that he wanted to just get high that one last time before the Patriots game. He wanted to get
That's
high.
exactly yeah.
You know, you weren't thinking, oh, I'm going to get high. I'm going to bring my daughter here and I'm going to overdose in public while my daughter tugs on my arm.
No, because if you
Obviously,
knew the
of
outcome,
course
you wouldn't have
not.
done that.
Right,
Yeah.
of course
Yeah,
not.
Right.
We're not thinking that when we get high. We just want to get high, and that's all you wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. That's all you wanted
Right.
to do. We just wanted to
Just
get
didn't want
high.
to feel the way I was feeling at the time.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And we just have this beast that's running the show. It's not Jessica, it's not Mandy, it's not Mike running the show when we're getting high.
Right.
It's this thing that says feed
It's obsession
me.
and compulsion.
me.
Yeah.
You know, you need me.
Yep.
And that's I just like I said, like coming out of that courtroom and because what happened? So you overdosed, right? And then were you Narcaned?
Yes, twice. And then I went, when they brought me to the hospital, they went through my pocketbook and they didn't find the rest of the bag that I had, which I don't know how. And when they took my daughter from me, I took the bag, went into the bathroom, and I tried shoving the rest up my nose to overdose on purpose. Like I wanted to die.
Yeah.
That was it for me. And so they put me on the drip and then they released me. we tried to go back to my house, but there was reporters everywhere. So the next day we went to Holy Family. They wouldn't accept me because of my insurance. So I was at my house. I had a knife. I was going to kill myself. And some lady that happened to go to the hospital to say a prayer for me, she caught me. I don't even know how Matt came into the picture. I just know that Matt was on the phone, and I came here.
Wow.
That's a higher power moment.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know, that this woman, she was going to pray for you. You know, so there are good people out there. You know, there are people that, you know, and that's why we need to keep talking about it, so that the people who look at us in disgust and look at that person overdosing, instead of filming it, they know that this isn't something that we asked for. Like, you didn't ask for this. You didn't ask to be scrutinized like that. You didn't ask for that to happen, and that there's a video of it to show you. You didn't ask for that. Mm-hmm. And that, look at who you are. Who you are today is
unbelievable. Yeah,
like, you're one of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah,
I mean it. You are. Like, we laugh. You know, you're just incredible.
I just want the people, like, it's always like a redemption story is unbelievable. Like, I want the people that like had anything to say about you back then.
Exactly.
I want them to experience who you are.
Yeah. Now. So anyone out there who saw Mandy McGowan and rewatched that video, and I'm one of those
shared
people,
the video or whatever they did.
Yeah, because I watched it over and over again.
I still watch it.
You know, you watch it. So look at who this person is today.
It's everywhere.
You still watch it when it pops up on your feed?
Yeah.
Or like whatever?
I was just at home last weekend, and my father comes in the room and he's like, you know, you're on HBO right now. I was like, what do you mean? They have a documentary on HBO and it shows my video.
And they don't contact you to let you know?
They don't have to, but they blur your daughter's face out.
It doesn't matter. My daughter's attached to the stigma. And like, that shouldn't even be like that.
No,
it shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't.
That's disgusting.
And that's something that she's going to then have to grow up with, too.
Yeah. And that's the problem. It's like,
we don't think about who else it affects, you know, like that. This innocent little girl.
Yeah, just for HBO trying to get their rating. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, it's disgusting.
The only thing is, it may, like, you're doing some you are doing some redemption pieces, like what, Channel 5?
I'm thinking about it.
You're thinking about it, but hasn't some places contacted you?
I'm still thinking about it.
You're still thinking about it.
And that's like how humble you are. You're like, I'm thinking about
it.
I don't necessarily have to do it. Like, and that humility is like, that's awesome. Like,
she's so humble,
admirable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because anybody else would have been like,
I want to prove myself. I'm gonna prove it to everyone.
Like, you know.
Jess, can you guys put the goggles on? Oh, do you have the goggles? No, you do not. I'm not really putting these on. I'm not. No. Oh my God, you haven't seen this picture she posted?
No.
Of me with the tanning goggles on?
No.
Let's wait for it.
Well, it's tanning safety. I like that.
My God. I don't wear them.
No, I don't wear them either.
Oh my God.
They won't let you go in without them.
Julie, I thought you wanted us to stay on topic and not put tanning goggles on. We'll see how these work.
Yeah, we like a joke to you, Julie.
I'm blue. Da-ba-dee-ba-ba-da. Here you go, Mike. They're all yours.
I don't know. I don't want to get my.
Hi, Colleen.
I can't see.
Colleen, someone else.
Supposed to.
Oh.
You don't want to get caught.
No, you're supposed to not get.
I just close my eyes real tight when I'm in there.
My friend Colleen just joined. She's someone who's celebrating 20 years sobriety next month, or I think in April. She's like my godmother sponsor.
Double decades.
So again, we're here with Mandy talking about, you know, what she's been through, and now that she gives back, and she gives back with Greater Wealth and Recovery Solutions. She's on, like, she sends these fire memes. Like fire memes. I don't know where
she sends these fire memes.
They're unbelievable.
Don't give them your source.
No, she doesn't. She only sends a couple of them to us, but they're unbelievable. And she posts about recovery every single day on your own, because that probably makes you feel good. Yeah. Like what makes you decide to share those, and what, you know, to give back,
it inspires me, so I just posted.
That's it.
Yeah. And you inspire people. Like, you inspire me. I'm sure you inspire me. You know, like it's the truth.
Yeah.
I think we're so lucky to have you a part of this. Like,
it's not an easy thing to just bounce back from something like that, you know, and just to have the wherewithal to fight through all the pain that came with it. Like, you know, it's amazing. Like, I try to put myself in those shoes. Like, would I be able to, like, endure all that criticism and still be able to come out the other side? Like, and I have to question it. Like, I'd like to think I can. Yeah. But the reality is, like, I don't know if I can, because all that guilt and shame, you know, to fight through that and to, like, be perseverant through all that guilt and shame is, like, that's a testament to, like, the type of person you are. Right. So it's like, you should look in the mirror every day and be, like, extremely proud and extremely happy with, like, who you've become. Absolutely. You just said it perfectly. You know? Because that guilt and shame was the reason you were using to begin with. Yeah. And then you have this happen. Instead of,
So that's like guilt and shame times 1,000.
Right.
But instead of you continuing to use because of it.
Yeah. You didn't use it as an out.
You didn't use it as an out.
Yeah. You like, I'm gonna rock this out.
Right.
And I'm gonna continue. Right. Yeah.
Like, because I think of my kids, and if that, I would have probably continued using.
Yeah. If you think about
they're
it.
waiting for me to fail. So it's like, if I was to go back to using, my kids will see that again.
Right.
They're gonna have another story, and it's like, my kids don't deserve it.
That's right.
And I don't deserve it either. So.
Amen.
You don't deserve it, but you've been through it.
Yeah.
You know, even in sobriety.
Amen.
You know, you've been through some
heavy
stuff.
Yeah.
And like, so you've been through heavy stuff when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You started doing drugs to numb that pain.
Yeah.
And then as you're in your addiction, this very heavy thing happens live.
Yeah.
And then more stuff happens as you're sober.
I was sober,
You were sober.
Yeah.
And what do you want to?
I was raped 2 years ago.
Wow.
She was raped while she was sober.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah. And it was a scary situation.
Holy
you know,
shit.
whatever you want to say about it, whatever you don't want to say about it, you want to tell us about it, it's up to you.
I was kind of hit from behind, and I was in Boston, and it was in broad daylight. I lost from 2:30 in the afternoon to 10 p.m. at night. I don't know what happened in that time. I don't know who it was. I don't know how many people it was. So yeah, I checked myself into a psych unit, got the help I needed, and that's it.
And look, you're still clean. You're still sober today, because that's another thing that you could have said, screw this.
Mm-hmm.
I've had enough. You've had enough. Like, you have had enough.
Yeah.
And instead of, work like that, I'm going to numb this.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it. You're going to therapy.
You're facing it. Yeah.
You're facing it.
Yeah, you're facing
You're facing it,
Yeah.
which I think is something that's going to inspire so many people that maybe have a similar situation, that have been raped,
just like, oh, you think you're having a bad day? Look what I got through.
Right,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? Like sober, and like, that's amazing.
You're just a prime example of someone who like needs to talk. Like, we need to share your story. Yeah. And because, like you just said, if she's doing it,
right,
everyone can do it.
Everyone.
Everyone has their own pain too. Like they do. We have our own pain. We have our own trauma, our own anxiety. And just know that we have someone on our team who has such like strength and such like vulnerability, and is so humble and can give back. That you give back, that you work towards this. Like every recovery event you want to go to, you're there at every meeting. And you come from, I drove from Newton to Dracut today, and that is not a close ride.
Yeah.
And you're there. You're at everything. You also wake up like ungodly hours. That Westford event we went to, she was like, you have to be there by 8 o'clock, and it's like in Westford.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm calling you at 6 a.m. And she did. I was a little late because of forces that are unbeknownst, but like, you are up, and you're up doing things.
I was told to show up, take advice, take suggestions. And
that's it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you do.
You
show up and you do all that. Yep. Anyone who needs help or resources, please just reach out. All our services are free. So again, detox, CSS, TSS,
family consulting,
interventionist.
Yep.
And it's weird too, because like people are reaching out to us personally, who you would never think would reach out to us. And just know that like, there's no shame in reaching out to any of us. We don't care, like whoever you are out there, if anyone's watching us, just we can get you the help that you need.
Yeah, we're all in long-term recovery, right?
Exactly.
So there's nothing to be ashamed about. We've all experienced what you're experiencing.
Yeah, or if you know someone that could use our help. We have sometimes Mandy and I get to talk recovery at 4 a.m. as I get ready for work. Suit up and show up. Yep. Debbie said you guys get to talk recovery early at 4 o'clock in the morning.
She's up early. So.
Oh my God.
Look at Peter Burke's hitting us with crazy compliments here.
Jessica and Mike have replaced Tony Romo. I know Tony Romo. He used to date Jessica Simpson.
You know him personally? Yeah, I know Tony Romo. Yeah, Tony Romo. He was the Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
And Jim Nance. I don't know who that is.
Jim Nance is a football analyst.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he talk about Brady?
They talk about Brady. Yeah,
I think he's gone.
Tony Romo kind of.
You think Brady's gone?
I think he's gone.
I think it's a 60-40.
You think
60%? He comes back to New England. 40%.
He's gone.
Does our guest want
We have a guest.
Do we have a special guest?
We have a special guest in the room, but he does not want to be named or on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
An unannounced guest, mind you. Don't forget, if you would like to volunteer for our fundraiser that helps people get into sober living, we need your help. Yep. So volunteers. We had our first meeting last week. We're looking for volunteers. Anyone that wants to help us, get donations, help us set up. If you have any ideas, if you know like a videographer or no, we have a videographer, but anything else, you never know what. Yeah,
help us do some outreach for the event too.
Yeah, help
we
us
need
do some
volunteers.
outreach.
Go to local businesses or whoever, and
what's the other name? I know it's Michael Patrick Murphy, and I always can't think of the other.
Maybe Deb will send it.
Debbie,
to us.
NFL announcers. Debbie, could you send us the name of? I think it's Nicholas Jones. Is that right? Nicholas Jones. So it's going to be in honor of Michael Patrick Murphy and Nicholas Jones. We're going to honor the two of them. Have speakers for the two of them. And resource tables. If you want to meet Miss Mandy McGowan, she will be there.
She'll be there signing autographs.
And so will MC Bob, MC Mikey Legs, Sunday, September 13th. Nancy's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. That's how you'll be spending your birthday. And just come join us. I talked to Colleen about volunteers, and we're gonna try to figure out like her brother Desi, both in long-term recovery. They're going to help us any way they can too. And different people that I know through the meetings I go to really want to get involved and, give back, and just however we can do it, getting, like you said, outreach out there, getting the event out there, asking for donations.
Even just like liaisons, people come in, they need to figure out where the table is at.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Just the flow of traffic.
Exactly, because it can be busy, and we're hoping for it to be really, really big this year.
Yeah.
Really, really big.
And, maybe we'll get the bios to me a little earlier this year.
The bios?
Yeah, like the speakers.
Yeah. We'll help you. It will be I think it will be more organized this year. Nicholas Jones, announced the date of the event. So Sunday, September 13th, from 10 to 4 in the Waltham Commons. It's going to be in memory of Michael Patrick Murphy, my friend that recently passed away. It was actually almost 2 months ago. And Nicholas Jones, who is someone from the Waltham community who passed away last year, unfortunately, from this disease. Mm-hmm. So, and we want to honor the two of them and hopefully, get more awareness that you don't have to use that one last time. You really don't. Like, look at the examples we have, right? You don't have to use that one last time.
Right.
And that one last time could be it. You never know. And so just please reach out to us. Let me think. I keep saying I'm a lot. Julie or Debbie, is there anything else that you would like us to talk about? We've talked about how, trauma can absolutely influence people's disease of addiction. People who they'll drink or use or just try to numb those memories.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'm gonna try not to say but do we have any other questions? Do we have any other guests?
Any other guests? Do we have any other guests?
I don't know. I think we have a special face in here that doesn't want to be named.
Huge recovery advocate.
Huge recovery advocate.
The
Mary Kate Foundation.
One of the biggest. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about the Mary Kate Foundation.
That would be great.
That would be great.
Is there anyone in the room that can tell us about the Mary Kate Foundation?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Anyone have any questions?
Drum roll. Who is the
Julie,
guest?
this was not my idea. Who's in the building? Oh.
Hey guys, thank you for forcing me onto this podcast.
Julie, don't kill us. He just happened to be in the building.
So tell us about the Mary Kate Foundation real quick. You got 5 minutes to break it down.
The Mary Kate Foundation is a nonprofit. I've been working on getting the tax ID number and everything solidified right now to legally raise funds for people that in or out of recovery or are related to substance use disorder that lose someone to addiction. There's a million nonprofits out there for people that lose that want to get into treatment, want to get into sober living.
Yeah.
The nature of the beast that we're working with is like no matter how hard we work and no matter what
People
we
are still
do,
dying. We're still losing people.
loss is always going to happen. And I've had some close friends of mine, pass, and just watching the families go through, struggles and everything like that. It's been painful, and it's been, alarming that, there's no funds or no resources to help people, like grieve or bury their loved one or anything like that. So I am, opening up a nonprofit to help out with that and coping with a loved one and everything like that. So it's still in the works. I'm still working on it. It's very personal to me. Kate was my best friend. Mary was my mother.
Yeah.
That, lost her battle to the disease of addiction. I wasn't able to cope necessarily, and I ended up running for over a decade. So
Yeah.
It's definitely needed, and it's definitely something close to my heart. So I'll keep you guys.
Well, thank you, Maddie.
Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you.
He was sitting here, so we felt like, and that I think that's an important component, because when my friend died, it was how do we get the funds together, and we had to raise a GoFundMe, and people had to. But that when you lose someone, and then to have that stress of the financial stress, this was right before Christmas. Mike died, literally 3 days before Christmas,
right? And
then to have to deal with that, like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's an absorbent amount of pressure.
Exactly, like a crazy amount of pressure. I love Kate. I love Kate. Is that what you're saying, Julie? Hi, Michael.
Julie knew Kate.
Great job. Thank you, Matt. So, because you've lost people.
Yeah.
You've lost your ex-husband, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well. Right. So the father of your daughter to overdose.
Yeah. And then a month and a half later was his son, so my stepson.
And how old was he?
He was 19.
19 years old. So you had, I know when I lost Mike, you were one of the first people I reached out to, because I don't understand how people go through loss like that. Like, I don't know how people have gone through the loss that like that. Like I just, because this was the hardest thing I ever had to go through.
Right.
It was literally, and it wasn't my mother, it wasn't my steps, it was just someone I was friends with, and that you guys have gone through stuff like this.
I'm just processing it now.
Right? So it takes
because
time.
At first I didn't cry at all. I did not cry. With my stepson, I did, because I feel the guilt, like I should have done more. I could have been more. I was in a sober house. I wasn't able to help him, so I felt that.
You have that guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend that just passed away last year, that hit me hard. But and then everybody else, it's just I deal with it. I kind of just.
You dissociate.
Yeah.
Which is.
I'm just so numb.
What most people do.
Yeah.
It's
like
not
it
healthy. Yeah, it's not
still.
healthy though, right?
It's not. But I mean.
It's Mike Keane, not Joe. Mike Keane, I don't know. So right, but you are dealing with it. You're going to therapy. You have prayer, and then you're in the recovery community. Which, when I lost Mike, it was like this kind of. I couldn't even look at the memes we put up, the articles. Like I couldn't. I was at a meeting on Friday with the district attorney, how she goes through like the list of overdoses and stuff like that. And I've been going to these meetings for years where you see, there's in Middlesex County, there was this many overdoses. Right. And I'll try not to get emotional about this, but like to watch something like that and then to be like, in December, there was this many overdoses. One of them was my friend.
Yeah. It's like the number doesn't allow it to be like, it almost makes it seem like the person's not
a person.
They're
a number.
Because it's a number on that paper.
Yeah. And then
there's nothing normal about it.
Right. But then when you see and I remember they went through the it
dehumanizes the person.
Yeah. But it makes it she even broke down to I don't know, to go through where the person was found.
Right.
And to think bedroom. Right. Mike was found in his bedroom. He was, to just. So the fact that you've been through stuff like that, and that you now are on the other side of you can talk about overdoses, you can talk about it, you can see articles, that's giving back in itself, because I was ready to just say, screw it all.
Right.
I didn't even know how I was going to go back to work. Because to be in this field.
Oh, yeah. And you're still working with it every day.
You're still working with it and knowing
And this is a topic. Every day the topic is,
Overdose.
this one passed.
Yeah.
This is how many
Fentanyl.
overdose. 72,000 this year.
Yeah.
8 per hour in
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
exactly.
In America, like all these numbers that like we have to deal with on a daily basis. Like, it's like sometimes you're like, oh, is it worth it to go back to
Exactly.
this line of work? It is
Exactly.
because we
It
are
is.
essentially impacting people in a positive manner, but it seems daunting.
It does seem daunting.
It seems like a thing. It seems like a task that's like never gonna
It's
be
never
completed,
it's never enough, and it's hard too, being, like, especially because I saw Mike 3 days before he passed away, and I feel like I should have known from the signs, and we talked about this.
Yeah.
I should have done more. Like just like you just said, like you should feel like you should have done more. But
Right.
the other side of the coin is, if someone's someone's using, they're gonna want to use no matter what.
Right. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
what you say
matter.
to them. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
The fact that he knows that you're there for him, if like the other side were to happen where he needed support,
Yeah.
that's all that you need to do to,
Right.
that's what you were there for. You
Yeah.
were there if like he did need help or he was ready to get help,
Yeah.
you would have been there.
Well, it's just tough because he wanted me to bring him to a meeting the next day, and my son was sick that night, so I never got to bring him. So it's that guilt, the same
Yeah.
guilt we're talking about with you. It's that guilt, but then you have to come. If it wasn't for people like the two of you, I probably would have just
Yeah.
said screw it. But we inspire each other, I think, more than we even realize we do.
Yeah. I'd say so.
I don't think we realize. Hi, Susan. Announced Dina for next week. I thought, is Debbie going? Oh, we're gonna have Dina next week as a speaker. Oh no, Deb. We're gonna go back to Debbie for next week because her video got Facebook deleted. I don't know what happened, but we will be with Debbie next week.
Deb Moore at 4.
Because you're not gonna be away next.
I'll be away next week. I'm gonna miss Deb Moore at 4.
You're gonna be away next Sunday.
I'll be in Florida, yeah.
Oh, I can't even. So Debbie, so it might just be me and you. Someone else can come on with us. Deb Moore at 4. I think is gonna be the time. Yep, Carrie Ann, we're gonna get Carrie in 1 week. We're definitely gonna go through all these amazing people that we know. How long have we been on? What time is it?
Hey, we've been on almost 53 minutes.
So if you guys have any questions or any comments or anything, again, Sunday, September 13th, 10 to 4 in Waltham Common, in memory of Michael Patrick Murphy and Nicholas Jones. I know I keep repeating that, but last week, I don't know if I said the dates right, and I wanted to make sure that we had all that information on there. We're going to be looking for volunteers. Yep, Debbie was next week, I'm pretty sure that we had that for next week. Any questions, any comments, anything for Miss Mandy McGowan, who is a complete inspiration to go from, being the face of someone overdosing with their child to now the amazing, like, I can't see enough good things about me, like you. I know you don't, we're going to get weird, but like, we're going to get weird.
We're a little weird.
We are a little weird. Okay. So any questions, or we're going to end the live video, and it will be available on YouTube. Thank you to my son, Caden. And funny story, guess who else has a son named Caden? She does. Another reason we're like soul sisters.
Yeah.
They're spelled differently, but both with a K. Okay, any other questions? Debbie, Julie, our founders, before we wrap it up? No? Okay. Yes, Jess, Debbie is next week with me. So look forward to it. Yay, since Mike needs to ditch the cold weather to go
Peace
to 4.
and love. Peace and
Peace
love.
and love. We'll miss Mike next week, but more at 4.
I'll be on the beach.
Oh,
Bye.
it's at 5. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Love yas. Oh, we haven't ended it yet.